Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome to the Mix It Up podcast. I'm Mike. That's Nick.
Hi.
Nick, what up, man?
What's up, man? You know what I realized? You never let
Um,
me introduce the fucking show, man.
because I run this shit. I edit it. I fucking post it. I do all the fucking work.
Yeah.
Now you want to fucking help me out? Get out of here. Get that shit, yo. Get
Yo,
that shit out of here.
the 102nd episode and not 102nd. And I don't think I ever got to introduce the show.
You want to start this out? I actually in the beginning I was like, yo, Nick, why don't you wrap the show up? And then you just gave up on that too. Then I'm the one that's like, yeah, this shirt's coming out. Like, you
Yeah.
subscribe to the pod. And you're like, all right, bye.
The reason why that I stopped wrapping it up is because you make me plug the website and I don't know what the website is.
Yeah, we used to play. All you gotta do is say, just go on a Twitter page and just it's fine. It's everything's linked up.
Yeah.
It's all linked up, man.
So I'm on the magic potion right now. I just drank some of the potion.
Nice.
The fizzy lifting drinks 9. Did you drink any of the fizzy lifting drinks?
No, I did not because I'm a little. I think I'm developing a cold.
Mm.
This is what happens when you get like a little bit older. You start
Yeah.
catching diseases.
Yeah.
So what I did, for my nasal passes, I'm fucking nasally again.
Mhm.
I went on Amazon. I bought that little fucking, like the nasal pot. You
Mm.
seen the freaks that fucking put that shit on one nostril and all the water comes out the other?
Yeah.
That's fucking me now, bro. Like that's what
Wow.
I'm doing at night before I go to bed. But I'm telling you, that shit fucking works, man. It's like it's draining
Really?
all this fucking junk. It's clearing my like nasal pad. Yo,
Yeah.
it's legit.
That's
But you
cool.
gotta boil the water. You gotta fucking pour it in. You gotta wait till it gets room temperature so you don't burn your fucking insides. But
Oh
I
yeah.
tell you, man, it definitely works.
That's pretty sounds pretty shitty. It sounds like a terrible process that you have to do to clean your nose out when you could just grab a tissue and blow your fucking nose, Mike.
Right. Well, I do that too. I
Yeah.
do blow. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, you
And
do. He certainly does.
I do, ladies and gentlemen. I fucking blow. And you're supposed to blow like a little bit afterwards to clear that shit out. But I tell you, man, shit is dope. But it's a whole part of like, the bedtime, nighttime routine. I just added another fucking thing to it. It's just
Oof.
when's enough? You gotta brush your teeth.
Yeah.
You gotta fucking do
Floss.
that. You gotta
Floss.
floss, right? Well, I got the water pick, so I fucking what I do, I brush my teeth normally in the mornings, and then I use the water pick at night,
Mm.
which is like both the brush you could use, put a little paste on it, and the fucking water.
Yeah.
Yo, phenomenal. You don't even need to floss. That shit gets right through. Your gums bleed. Fantastic.
Oh,
But that's
cool.
part of the routine. Then you got to do that. I like to shower at night. I don't like to go to bed like a dirty boy.
Nice.
Shower, floss, teeth, water pick. Now I'm adding this fucking nasal pot shit. I gotta let my dog out at night. I gotta fucking give him some treats and shit.
Yeah.
There's a whole fucking process just to go to bed at night. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I just want to go back to the old days in college where I just passed out. Shout out to
Yes.
University of Phoenix. So I just passed the fuck out every now and then. You know what I'm saying? It was the fucking best. You had no worries. You didn't have to brush your teeth. You didn't have to shower. You just passed the fuck out. You know what I mean? Like a man.
Yo, I really hope one day we can get sponsored by the University of Phoenix for all the bombs that you drop on them.
I was a star on their basketball team. Shout out.
Fucking
Dominated.
yeah. Fucking
Dominated those herbs.
NBA Jam. That was your fucking basketball team. That was your basketball team.
Yeah. I think I was yelling like Badookin. Fucking shit like that. Well, dominating.
Yo, the, we as men, we have nowhere near as much routine as women though. They have to do all of that, and then they have to put face cream on
That's
and
ridiculous.
moisturize their whole body. They have to make sure that their whole body's completely shaved. Otherwise,
Yeah.
they'll be publicly ridiculed
Right.
if they show one little piece of hair. Ridiculed,
Right.
ridiculed.
Throw them in the well if they look like that. They come out the house looking like that. I tell you, I seen some scaries out in the
Yeah,
wilderness every now and then. You get up early enough, you might see some.
yeah,
Sometimes they have to run out the house, go to the gas station or some shit. They have to get something. And I tell you, man, it's like, holy shit.
Be sure and tell them Large Marge
Yeah,
sent
it's a
you.
lot of work, man. I give them a lot of credit, man. That's a lot of fucking time and effort you got to put into just looking like a woman. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like, so, but I mean, you want to just get right into the topics because we're kind of like talking about that
Are we?
in a way with that. Have you heard about this guy, the little Dylan?
No,
You haven't heard about this guy?
no.
His
Tell
name
me
is
about
Dylan
this.
Dylan Mulvaney, right? So he's like a little Instagram influencer. I guess he was an actor. Um, back in the day, he was his claim to fame on Instagram was like, going through a whole year of transitioning into like a little fucking girl.
Okay.
So he's fucking on this fucking thing. He went to the White House for some reason. They invited him to the fucking White House. Like, I mean, this shit is fucking just getting out of hand. So, he's been transitioning, doing his fucking thing, whatever, but he's acting like he dresses up like a little girl and acts like a little girl. The dude's like fucking like, I don't know, like fucking 30, 40 years old. And now, like, I really didn't want to get into it. I wanted to be like, time out. Maybe I should like sit this one out. But now this fucking freak is apparently Bud Light put his fucking little girly man face on a beer can.
Mm.
And, they're kind of like, promoting it in a way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And like, I mean, it's a little fucked up. I mean, I don't want to, I can't go that deep because obviously I'm connected to Bud Light in a way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, besides drinking it, so like, it's part of this fucking campaign that they're fucking doing it. The cans are not available. Let me just say, for like the general public. So you won't be able to get, I'm calling it a tranny can, tran can or tranny cannies. Like, you can't get a tranny canny of this fucking freak's face on it. Listen, I support whatever you people want to do, whatever fucking nutty shit you want to do. But this shit, the whole fucking trans thing, and it's been like people like they keep feeding this shit like down our throats. If you notice, like with this, like, why are they trying to like groom us into like thinking this is like normal behavior when it's clearly not? I mean, like, what happens if this fucking freak decides to rape a little kid because he thinks he's a little kid now? How is that going to look on a company like Bud Light when you're kind of like saying, you're kind of like, you know what I mean? You're using that influence. You're being like, you're trying to be a partner and you're trying to be a part of that campaign. I mean, obviously, they're getting a lot of backlash about this. I mean, rightfully so. You know what I mean? Originally, when I seen this, I thought it was like an April Fool's joke. When I seen this dude on the can, I'm like, oh, somebody made that shit up. Fucking, it's AI. There's fucking freaks on the fucking can. It's just very, very strange how they keep just throwing it at us, man. It's just, I don't know. I'm getting so like mad, like thinking about it. But would you be accepting of that kind of shit? Like, the dude's dressing up like a little fucking girl. Like, what the fuck's wrong with him?
I meant
Mike,
to do that.
I don't give a fuck what they put on a can of beer if it tastes good. In this instance, Bud Light tastes like fucking monkey piss.
I'll
It's the
edit that out.
It's the shittiest beer on the planet. I hate
This is
Bud Light.
this is from somebody talking. You drink Coors Light.
Exactly.
That shit, all Coors Light is just dirty water. It's like people fucking found that water in like ponds of dirt and filth and just put it up in a can and you drink that shit.
I'm glad they did this. I'm glad they did this because
not me.
I feel like this is going to ruin Budweiser. And the only thing good about Budweiser is Budweiser, Bud Heavy. Bud Light tastes god awful. I have Bud Lights in my house right now because somebody gave them to me. I didn't even want them. I was like, no, please don't give them to me. And they gave them to me and they forced them on me and I took them. They're sitting in. This is the first time there's been a Bud Light in this house under my watch, I believe. And it's going to be the fucking last time. And I wish there was the tranny face on there. Because that would make me at least smile a little bit looking at those Bud Lights.
Fucking open up your fucking fridge and start laughing at the tranny candies. Yo, I don't want to hear that fucking garbage. That is like evilness when you're talking. You sound like the devil. I can't even have that conversation talking bad about Bud Light, my beer, one of the best beers out there.
You like Bud Light?
Dude, that's what I was drinking at the Knick game like the other night. We'll get into that in a minute, but yeah, dude, it's like, dude, I love like, well, my favorite beers like Stella. Actually, I was drinking Stella at the MSG the other day.
Dude, three good products from Budweiser. Budweiser, Bud Ice.
Bud Ice
kicks ass, dude. Oh, here's a great story. I was driving in from I was down in Yonkers at Yonkers Brewery the other day, And I had to leave my car there because I got completely fucking obliterated off their beer. And I knew it. I knew I was going to get obliterated. I was hungover for 2 days. This is my second day of being hungover from it. And I had to leave Anne-Marie's car there. And when we went to go pick it up the next day, there's a dude in a wheelchair, electric wheelchair, with a Bud Ice sitting in his cup holder in the middle of the day. And I'm on the phone with her. She's behind me. I'm like, has this dude fucking got a Bud Ice in his cup holder right now?
That's the way. Yo, Bud Ice is fucking good. You get a 25-ounce can of that?
Yeah.
You drink a couple? Like, yeah, dude, it hits you, bro.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, Bud Ice was nasty. Like, regular Budweiser was like my first beer I ever drank. I drank like Budweiser 40. And then, like, I remember, like, we drink to Bud Ice because, like, Bud Ice was, like, a little bit, like, blue. They had, like, a little bit of blue and red in there.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, yo, let's drink Bud Ice, more alcohol, man. We'll get fucked up. Then we were drinking, like, I remember Bud Ice 40s. They used to have Bud Ice 40s back then.
Shit.
Yeah, we used to drink those, get fucking trash. But that was, like, back then, when I first started drinking, there was really just, like, the basics. You know, there was no Yonkers Brewery with all these, like, craft beers and all these all these other seltzers and all these IPAs and shit like that. There was none of that shit around. No. You know, it was like the basic. You drank that shit, and that shit was fucking, it was fucking lovely back in the day.
Yep. But then Bud Light Lime kicks ass too.
Bud Light Lime does, fucking nice, like little summertime.
And
nice,
the orange one.
Aftertaste. Yeah, the orange tastes like Sunkist.
If you go back and forth, if you get a 6-pack of one, your friend comes over with a 6-pack of the other, you fucking share.
Mix it up. See, you like fucking Budweiser. Yeah, I knew you'd come around.
Bud Light, though, I fucking despise Bud Light. No, I'll drink it. Believe it or not, I'll drink it. I'm not like, I won't drink Bud Light. I do not like the taste of Bud Light, but I will still drink it.
Well, listen, I'm glad you're coming around a little bit on the Bud Light products. But getting back to this fucking Dylan guy, this Dylan clown.
Oh boy, Mike, you can't get enough of this Dylan guy, man. Why does it bother you so much?
It bothers me because it's part of the whole propaganda of them pushing this trans shit down our throats in our schools. They're teaching little kids, they're having like trannies go to these schools and have like little fucking parties. Like, oh my, you know how we used to have like a guest speaker? Yeah. Like they have guest speakers like that. Like, and then they go, you know, like where was this? Like, you know, back in the day, you know, when you were a kid going, like, I would have loved to have like a field day, you know, where we go to like a strip club and see naked women. Like, I would have loved that, right? This is basically like the same shit. I would have loved it, but you bet your ass, like my parents, everybody's parents, if they heard about like a teacher taking a group of 8th graders or whatever to a strip club, you bet your ass, like the parents would be fucking outraged. Like that teacher that took us on the field trip to a strip club, you wouldn't hear from that teacher anymore. That teacher would be buried underneath the fucking concrete on the playground where we play box ball. Like that teacher would be fucking dead. So, but why are they keep getting away with this and shit? Like it's a little bit, I just think it's like really mental illness, whatever. But I'll give, you know, Bud Light a little bit of credit here. Maybe they're trying to be like on the forefront, you know, because back in the day, like, you know, people didn't like, you know, homosexuality. You know what I'm saying? Like that was like, it was bad to even announce. Like people had to literally come out the closet and talk about it. Nowadays, it's like, if you're gay, like nobody gives a fuck. You know what I'm saying? So maybe Bud Light's like saying now that they can, all right, we'll support this tranny. And maybe they're thinking it's like, oh, it'll be like normal, like down the line. And they could be like the forefront, like, hey, we told you. Like, I'm telling you, this is what it's trying to get. They're trying to groom these fucking people into thinking this is fucking normal. They could just dress up like you're a dude, dress up like a little fucking girl and run around like, it's very odd behavior, man. I don't know what the fuck, you know, it's mental illness. There's nothing else. It has to be mental. You just can't chop off your dick. Like it's fucking madness.
You could do whatever you want, but also Budweiser is stupid for doing this. I don't know if I said this or not earlier, but they are dumb for doing this because there are way more hillbilly motherfuckers out there that love Budweiser that are not going to drink Budweiser anymore. And a lot of transsexuals probably don't even, I know this is going to sound stereotypical, but they probably don't drink beer in the first place. They like to drink fucking sweet, delicious drinks.
Drinks with umbrellas in it.
Exactly. And I do too. I like drinking sweet, delicious drinks as well.
Yeah,
So
put on
maybe
your
I'm a
dress.
tranny. Maybe I'm a tranny as well.
Yeah, go
But
get your dress out the closet.
most I'd imagine aren't like, oh my God, let's drink Bud Light now. No, they're going to still drink their sex on the beach and fucking,
Right. They ain't drinking that shit. But you're right. The old school people are gonna be
Yeah.
like, yo, fuck this. Dude,
Yes.
I already went to my first account today. I already heard it at my first account.
Yeah.
I heard it at my second account. Then I got phone calls from my boy that has an account, and he called like he was off today. He called with his boys, and they were breaking my balls about that. Like it was funny, like talking about it because I just assumed it was like it's a joke, like it's not real. It can't be
Yeah.
real. And then I was like, holy shit, it is real. Like this is
Yeah.
fucking crazy. But I don't know, like you're right. These old school people, they're gonna take it to heart. They're not gonna drink it, and then my sales, it's gonna get affected by it.
Yeah. You're going to
And
be out of job now.
it's just, well, I'll make less money because Bud Light's all of a sudden like, hey, Mike, how come your Bud Light number is down 20% this month? Oh, you know why? I'm gonna have to stand up in a front of a meeting and explain. I'm gonna be like, oh, you know what? This is Tranny Candy that came out, and this dude that dresses up like a little girl, like it's on the can right now, so that could be affecting like my numbers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's where I am right now. I'm a little bit like annoyed, but I can see their point. I can see them trying to market this and try to be involved in that, but at the same time, it's just like, what are you doing? Like, I could hear this shit like on my route now. Like, I could deal with this fucking shit.
Right.
Come on, man. Come on.
It's just weird. It's just weird that Budweiser would do such a dumb thing.
Very
Just-
strange, man.
It is. It is.
I'm just glad it's not
looking.
available for like a sale to the general public. Can you imagine like you walk into a can, you see like a stack of fucking 12-pack cans of this fucking herb on it? God.
It's a weird
fucking loser.
can. It's a cool looking can.
No, it's not.
It is it's like a cool can. Like, and it looks like she's just a chick. So maybe like the hillbillies will probably just be like, oh, cool, a chick. Because they probably don't even know who this dude is anyway. So
Yeah.
maybe it won't affect sales.
Well, what it is like the old school drinkers, they probably drink a Bud Heavy. You know what I'm saying? But
That's true.
the younger generation, like Generation Z, Millennium, whatever the fuck you call them now, they're probably the ones that are drinking Bud Light. So maybe they're more accepting of like anybody. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
Right.
That group is more accepting of like whatever. So listen, maybe it's a good call, maybe it's not, but shit, we're about to find out, bro.
This guy just goes, I'm looking at a comment. He goes, I've been a diehard Bud Light for years, but I'll be watching the mountains turn blue over this. Coors wins again.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right though. The real Budweiser drinkers think that anybody who drinks Bud Light's a fucking pussy anyway. So
I've heard that before.
they're the real winners.
Yeah, but I was, I actually wasn't drinking Bud Light. Getting back to the Nick game that I went to. Shout out to Miguel Plywood. Went to the Nick game on Wednesday. Had decent seats up up in the 400 section. I had my Mix It Up podcast shirt on, representing. I talked to a couple people at the beer stations. A couple people like, yeah, you run a podcast, blah blah. Because anytime I talk to somebody, I'm always telling people like I do a podcast, whatever. And after the game, they took us down to the court. Walked onto the court. You seen the picture? You can check out the picture on the Twitter feed at the Mix It Up Pod on Twitter. You can see that I put up, posted like my back where it says at the Mix It Up Podcast. So check that out. Good time, good game. Knicks won.
Nice.
Drank a lot of beers, so it was a good time.
Nice. Yeah. So I also, like I was saying before, I drank a shitload of beer on Saturday. Right. I was at the brewery going to see my cousin LJ's band, Mad Handsome. They kick ass. They take 80s and 90s and 2000 music and then turn it into rock and roll.
Nice.
I like pop music, turn it into rock. But I met up with one of my my bandmates. I was there with Amory and one of my bandmates, a couple other people, and I just knew it was game over. When it's game over, you're like, doesn't matter what happens then. I'm getting fucking annihilated. There's nothing that could stop me. Right.
Yep.
And I drank about 5 of the Yonkers beers, and 3 will make me hungover the next day. And then I had 5 of them, and one like 16-ounce can. It's the seltzer that they have, and like this rum drink, dude.
Oh, rum drink.
Bad news the next day, and then today. So I was at work and I was still hungover, but I was getting the sniffies. I was
Yeah,
getting the snifflies, and I was like, "Oh no, I'm getting a cold."
that's what I
And
got.
I for lunch, I was like, I should go eat a salad, but my body was like, "Nah, man, you don't want a salad. You want Taco fucking Bell." So I went to Taco Bell, and I swear to God, it cleared my fucking sniffles up and got rid of my hangover.
Yeah, one poison kills another. That's what happens.
Exactly.
And then it blows up
Holy
your
shit!
fucking asshole. That's
But
cool.
there was one thing that I texted you before about the straw, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
had to pick up when I went to Taco Bell. I got Five Guys for the girls in my office. They wanted Five Guys. I got Taco Bell, so I made the food run for lunch.
Cool.
When I came out of the Five Guys, my straw flew off my ear. Okay, because I kept it up there to have because that's what ears are for. They keep pencils, pens, straws, for instance. The wind was so strong it blew off my ear. It went over this guy's windshield in the parking lot, and he was walking into his car at the same time. This fucking thing took off, flew over his windshield. He saw it in midair. He grabs the fucking straw. I was like, "Did you just grab that?" He was like, "Yeah."
So I got reflexes like a cat, my man.
It was fucking awesome. Yeah,
Shit was probably coming right for his eye. So he's like, grab that shit. That's funny.
super duper cool. Super duper cool. All right, let's see what kind of topics Mike Trainer's brought upon our lives today. Let's go from downwards up. We already talked about the Dylan character who Mike was really adamant about. So we'll stay away from that fucking subject until
Yeah,
Mike decides that he wants to
let's
turn it
stop.
back up. Google scientist says immortality is attainable by 2030.
Yeah, that's a crazy topic, right? Would you
Yeah.
would you want immortality?
No, not on this planet. No, I'm cool with whenever I go. Hopefully it's a little later on. But no,
Yeah.
I don't want to fucking live here forever.
Yeah, obviously you want to like I this is a tough question. Like immortality sounds fucking amazing, right? But if I want immortality, I want it at like 29, where I just stay that age and my body don't change, my mind is fucking sharp, you know what I'm saying? I don't need fucking these little pots to blow out the junk in my nose, and I don't need to brush my teeth all the time, but and I don't need to shower that much.
Yeah.
I would love to have the immortality to stay like that age. I don't want to be like, you know, live to fucking 300
Right.
and walk around like a goddamn prune. You know what I'm saying? I don't need that shit. Like, because basically, like, if you have immortality, you're gonna fucking want to die eventually. You just be like, I've had enough. I've had enough. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna reach a certain point in life where it's
Yeah.
just like, yo, these people are just too much. I gotta get the fuck out of here, and you want to duck out. So I was on the fence about it. I was like, do I want to fucking live forever? But it'd be pretty cool to like, I don't know, maybe die and then bring me back to life.
Okay.
Bring me back to life in like 500 years from now, just so I can see like the progress of some whatever, maybe the downfall of like the human race.
Mhm.
Bring me back to that level. I would love to see like future like type of shit. Like, what are we doing in like 500 years from now? You think the human race will be around in 500 years the way we're going?
No,
Fuck
no way. No fucking way. We will eradicate ourselves. We will, and it'll be our proudest moment.
I think
We'll wipe our the plague that is the human being off of this planet.
right.
So something smarter and more intelligent could take over.
What would that be?
Dolphins.
You think so? You think dolphins would start walking out the water and shit when
Yeah.
we leave?
Dude, you know how smart or connected birds are to the energetic field on this planet that a flock of them can turn together in like a fucking instant. What's making them turn? Why are they flying around like lunatics? They are connected to the fucking energy in this universe, man. You know?
Why do they like when like a natural disaster happens? How come they always know like it's gonna happen like in like a half hour, say, before it
Right.
actually happens?
Yeah.
They duck, like they get the fuck out of there. It's
Yeah.
like, how do you know that like happening? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you really just want to like pay attention to like if you think something's ever gonna happen, just watch the birds. Wherever
Yeah.
they go, follow them. You just gotta get the fuck out of there.
That's why you gotta go down to Florida in the wintertime. Follow the geese.
That's where they're smart though. They're like, yo, get the fuck. It's too cold up here for us. Let's
Yeah.
go down fucking south.
What do
And
they
then they
call them?
all go down
Thunderbirds?
there. It's like they have like a biker meeting, like down south.
Yeah.
All the fucking birds just show up for like a fucking spring break.
Right.
Like we're gonna ride. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna ride the
Yeah.
hogs. They all
Right.
fucking just show up down there. It's like a vacation spot. Then they fucking come back up and just like, yo, we're back.
Yeah.
Wild.
What happens when you get down there and they're like, "Yo, where's Freddie?" My God, dude, he overslept. He's fucked. He's stuck in New York.
Nah, but it'd be worse if they like, yo, what happened to Freddie? You know what? There was a window. He didn't even see it. Thought he could fucking go right through. Bang. And he fucking yeah. It's like another one. It's like, yeah, another one, man. Birds, how us. We just like to fly, man. If there's a window, bang. Bro, you ever get shit on by a bird?
Of course.
It's the fucking worst. My car sometimes where I park, and it's like I try to park like kind of away from the fucking tree, but there's like the branches, they just extend. Some
Yeah.
days I don't know what the fuck these things eat, but my car is gray. Sometimes it looks like a fucking like a Dalmatian that's dying, like just fucking shit all over it, spots of fucking bird shit. It's
Yeah.
really a pain in the ass, and I see them up there, just fucking like I'm like, go fly in another tree,
Right.
piece of shit
Flying
bird,
another tree, piece of dog shits.
the fucking worst
Um,
birds.
let's move on to this one because we didn't talk about the shooting and stuff like that, which
Yeah, we kind of got to talk
so
about that.
yeah, this is a tweet, I guess.
Do you want to take a quick commercial break and we'll get into that?
You want to take a break? Is that what you want
Yeah,
to do?
let's take a
All right.
quick yeah before we get into like the bud
Okay.
heavy topics. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
But
yeah.
real quick before we go, speaking of birds, on my Instagram, that's all I see now is parrots fucking talking, and they're saying like, "My goodness, mwah!" They like kissing, they fucking like they talk and shit, and it's just
Interesting.
like, yeah, it's crazy. I don't know. I must have watched one or two parrot videos and them talking to their owners, and now I can't get it off my fucking timeline. It used to be all hot fucking bitches like bouncing their titties and shit. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And then now it's just fucking a bunch of like parrots talking. It's crazy. All right, let's take a quick commercial break. I don't
What
know.
the fuck, Mike?
I'm on NyQuil, bro. Like I'm just telling you what's on my Instagram. Follow our Instagram at the Mix Up Pod _ the BBO NYG Pod.
We
But
just lost half our listeners for sure. We're gonna be down from 1 million to 500,000 fucking followers off that fucking little rant.
maybe we gained some. Maybe we gained some parrot lovers. Okay. Hashtag save the parrot. I don't fucking know. Petey, save Petey. All right, we'll be right back on the Mix Up Podcast. All right, we are back on the
Hi.
Mix Up Podcast. I'm Mike. That's Nick. All right, Nick. We're about to go a little bit heavy. Nashville, gun control, all that shit. You want to start it off?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go up and down here. So some some chick Blair White, I guess her name is. She wrote a tweet that said, "White man shooter. We need to talk about toxic masculinity and white supremacy. Female trans shooter. Hear me out. She was pretty sad about some recent laws she disagreed with." So I didn't even know that this person was trans. I didn't follow it at all.
Yeah.
I just didn't. Um, so why did she do this?
Well, this is the thing. Like, apparently they were gonna have a trans vengeance day where the trannies like they were calling them out. It's supposed to happen like a couple days ago, calling them out to do like bad things or whatever. I don't fucking know. And it happened in Nashville, and apparently she went to school there. It's a she. She wants to transition to a boy. She went to school there. Was getting like counseling by someone I think that might have worked there or something like that. And Nashville, they I think they banned like certain things about you know showing trans to like kids and shit like that. They banned it in the state of like Tennessee or whatever. I
Mhm.
could be wrong. You got to look that up. But I guess it sent her off, and she went in. I mean, she murdered three kids, three adults. I mean, she shot up the school. If you watch the video, she just takes this fucking rifle, assault rifle, just shoots right through the front door, breaks all the glass, runs in, starts running around the fucking place like she was like looking for somebody.
Mhm.
And now the news pretty much like they had like a rally in the Tennessee Capitol, like after it, and all the people in the rally, well, a lot of them were, they were holding up seven fingers, saying that she was a victim too.
Mhm.
No, there was six victims. Okay, there was six fucking victims. The three kids and the three adults you fucking shot and murdered. You're not a victim, and for these people to go to the Tennessee Capitol and put up seven fingers calling her just because of like whatever the fuck she wants to do in her life. Just you know what I'm saying? She wants to fucking grow a dick. Just because she wants to grow a dick, they're making her out to be a fucking victim. I can't, I just can't anymore, bro. Like it's too much. It's wrong. Like I wish a fucking bomb went off in that fucking building and took all these fucking people out that actually think she's a fucking victim. If you think she's a victim, you're a fucking idiot. Sorry.
Dude, selective outrage, man. It's what Chris fucking Rock said, right? And it just doesn't make any sense how the value of lives means nothing to anybody over sexuality and every single person's rights. Like the human life doesn't mean anything to these fucking people, man, because it was a certain like, how are you going to say that, man? Yeah, maybe that person was a victim up to the point when they decided to put a rifle in their hands and kill innocent fucking people, but they're not anymore. They're not a fucking victim. That means that every bully that's gotten picked on and fucking snapped and killed somebody, they were the victim too. No, they were the victim before they decided to shoot everybody.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Bullying's terrible. It really is. It's a fucking shitty thing. I know, like we always talk about, you bust your balls, friends, but there's a fucking limit. When you know that somebody's hurting inside, stop. You know what I mean?
Right.
And fucking nah, man. If that's they want to show that type of shit where those people are holding up their seven fingers, shouldn't have ever been aired. Shouldn't give anybody the feeling that they can do this too, and then finally gain their stature of being a hero or a victim. Some people will feel that way. Oh, I could go out and make people see what they did to me and all this shit. It's like, no, you want to do something here positively. If you want to prove something, prove it positively. If somebody fucked with you, they bullied you, turn it the fuck around and do something positive about it. If you feel so strongly about this stuff that you will change your sex and you feel like other people have that same issue and want to do that, do something positive about it, but stay away from young kids. Sexuality should not be taught in school. Fucking straight sex, gay sex, bisex, fucking tranny sex. It shouldn't be a part of fucking teaching things. You can tell kids like, listen, you are who you are. If you feel certain ways about anything, that's fine. You want to talk to an adult about it, but you don't have to specifically say sex or anything like that. You know what I mean? They shouldn't know about sexuality unless they come to you and talk to you about it. And that's something that you as a teacher then should tell their parents about. It has nothing to do with you. Mm-hmm. I don't think teachers have or schools have any fucking reason to teach somebody about sexuality.
No, God, please, no.
They don't. It doesn't. You're right. It doesn't fucking belong there.
They're there to teach them. They don't teach them anything else about life. They teach them fucking math. They teach them science. They teach them social. They fucking teach them until they're fucking brain dead inside and they can't fucking think about anything else. But they don't teach you how to fucking do anything else. You don't know how to teach. Who knew how to keep a checkbook back in the day? Nobody. Your school didn't teach you that shit. It didn't teach you fucking anything other than what was in the fucking books. I think teachers are opening up a little bit more now. But there should be a limit on to what they're able to fucking teach you in fucking school.
Yes. There should be. Like, it shouldn't be part of the curriculum to fucking teach about that shit. You know what I'm saying? We didn't, like, listen, that's because now they're like grooming kids. They're grooming kids. You know what I'm saying? These kids will learn if they're gay, they'll learn to be gay. Like, they'll learn that. They'll just naturally learn that. Like, I went to like grade school with this kid. I won't say his name, but like, we all knew he was gay. He probably didn't back then, but I could tell by the way he walked. Like, he was Hike Alarzic. So, no, it wasn't Hike, but it was some other guy. And he was like, the way he was shuffling his feet, like as he walked, he'd shuffle his feet like up and down and he fucking bob his head and shit. And I'm like, yo, that dude's gay. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and this was like, a decent amount of time ago, but
Yeah.
we weren't like, homophobic. We weren't making fun of him. We were making fun of the way he walks and shit like that because that shit was hilarious.
Yeah.
But we all knew, like, but we weren't assholes about it. It's tough. Like these kids, like nowadays, they do got it a lot rougher because these kids are pulling out like their camera phones and they're videotaping,
Yeah.
and that shit's online, like, and they posted it, and it's online, forever. Once it's
Yeah.
online, you can't. There's no going back.
Right.
So I do feel bad, like for kids nowadays in that regard, but
Yeah.
like I was saying, like these kids shouldn't be taught that. Keep that shit out to school. They'll figure everything out. You don't have to fucking, put it in their fucking little brains because their brains are like little sponges. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna fucking
Yeah.
learn that. I wouldn't want to fucking know that fucking all this fucking garbage trade. Oh, I could cut my dick off, Mrs. Sabo. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. They'll fucking know. Like I knew at an early age, like I wanted to bang my fifth grade teacher and my
Yeah.
sixth and my eighth grade teacher,
Both
and
male teachers.
no, they were female.
One
Uh,
female, one male.
before they transitioned. Um, yeah, I was like, dude, and they were like, one of them, Miss Savile, she was like, and Miss August, Miss Savile was like this redhead Italian. Like, I still think about her to this day. I tried looking her up
We could
online.
tell. We could tell, Mike.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, holy shit. But
Yeah.
yeah, like you'll know that. You know what I'm saying? You'll know that. You don't need to be like taught that. You don't need to fucking, be brainwashed. You don't need any of that. Keep that shit out of the schools. If I heard anybody ever like the schools around me taught that shit, like, yo, get them the fuck out of there and
Yeah.
homeschool their ass. It's worse.
Yeah.
We got the internet now. They can find anything they want online. You know what I'm saying? You go to
Yeah.
Pornhub, there's some crazy shit on fucking Pornhub.
Yeah.
You spend like a couple minutes on that, man. You go down a bad rabbit hole. There's no coming back from that. It's
Dude,
crazy out here.
what is up with the Trump indictment, by the way?
Dude, I have no idea. They're going after him for like the Stormy Daniels. I think that's one of the things
Uh-huh.
because he like paid Stormy, this fucking whore of a porn star, to keep her fucking mouth shut.
In
And how
regards to what?
hush money that Trump banged her, I guess. I think that's the way it is. I could be wrong. I don't fucking know.
Really?
But that's one of the things, like Manhattan's like indicting him because like I guess he paid her with like money from like, I don't know, the funds of the campaign or something like that.
Uh-huh.
But regardless, it's fucking stupid. That whore should have kept her fucking mouth shut. And now there's people like online that I was reading that they're calling Stormy Daniels their hero
Oh,
because
boy.
she's like getting him like, gonna go to jail. I'm like,
Yeah.
come on, people. Your hero's a fucking porn star that gets loads fucking shot on her back fucking 24/7. Like, come on, man. That's your hero. Get the fuck out of here, Stormy whore.
Well, he's been indicted. So what does that mean?
Basically, like he'll probably like, I don't know, maybe he'll pay a fine and fucking get to go home back to fucking Florida.
He's not going to jail?
He's not gonna fucking go to jail. They're just trying to do this so he don't run again. They're trying to do
Yeah.
anything for this motherfucker not to run again. And
Right.
that makes me open my eyes more. Like, why
Yeah.
don't you want him to run again?
I know.
You know what I'm saying? This administration has been shitty on my fucking bank account. You know what I'm saying? It's been
Yeah.
awful with everything that's going on in the fucking world. It's just been fucking awful. How can you support this guy? I mean, during the Nashville shooting, Biden went on before to talk about like he was on like he went down to do like a press conference.
Yeah.
He was talking about eating chocolate chip ice cream, cracking jokes.
Oh my God.
Why the Nashville shooting just happened? I'm like, is this fucking real TV? I'm like, I can't fucking believe this. And listen,
Crazy.
I'm not a big fucking supporter of anybody like Trump, Biden. I think me personally, I think we need two fresh bodies in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just to fucking mix it up. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Get
mix
these
it up.
fucking two people out of this fucking office so we don't fight each other over them anymore. And just
Yeah.
get it back to good where we're not paying $80 for bread. Fucking we can afford to go out.
Yeah.
There's people like in my business right now, people aren't even fucking going out. They're not fucking drinking. There's nobody on the road.
Right.
No, it's just like it's fucking sad, man.
Let me, dude. You're not allowed to pay somebody to shut the fuck up either. Like that's illegal to say, yo, do me a favor. Here's $50, bro. Don't tell him. All right.
Just shut the fuck up.
Just don't fucking tell him.
Dude, ain't it like an NDA, right? Like,
That's what
ain't
I'm
that is
saying.
what it is?
That's what I'm saying, bro. She should go to jail for that.
Dude, I don't know what the fuck the deal is. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the whole fucking story. I know they got other shit on them. They're talking about January 6th again. Like, I mean, January 6th, that's nothing compared to like everything that went on in the streets of cities in America when they were burning and looting everything down. Like, I was scared that they were gonna do that like close to our neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? I thought they were gonna come up and start fucking looting our shit like up around here. Like it was.
Yeah.
I mean, look how and now look at how all these like cities have turned out. The cities have turned out like complete fucking trash. You go down to New York City, dude. It's like it's garbage. Everything's fucking garbage now. Even though when I went down to the garden on Wednesday, we were leaving and we just went the wrong direction to just go find our car.
Yeah.
And I walked past like 3 or 4 weed shops. It was fucking crazy.
That's
Right
cool.
down there on 34th Street, 33rd, 34th.
Yeah.
I got a whole bunch of cars and shit. I'm like, this is just crazy. We're just allowed to sell weed now,
Yeah.
like anywhere, which is just fantastic. But a lot of these cities, just like with the crime and everything else, like, you know what I'm saying? It's just, it all goes back to many years ago. And I said this before, remember when like 2008, when the banks got fucking bailed out?
Yeah.
I think what was Obama like president back then or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot. And instead of bailing out the banks, they could have gave every U.S. family something like between $500,000 and $600,000.
No.
Yeah, and they could have just used that money, and it would have recirculated the economy, and
Yeah.
people would just because people wouldn't hold that. If you gave a motherfucker 500 to 600 grand, these motherfuckers are spending it, and you would spend that money, the economy would be booming,
Yeah.
and you would need fucking banks. What do you need a fucking bank for? The money's just going fucking round and round. You don't need banks. We're not holding on to the fucking money, but you bail out the
Dude.
fucking banks, and it's fucking the crooks. There's crooks here, bro.
I don't think that that figure is right, Mike. I think it's impossible what you just said.
I don't know if it's impossible. They could just print money.
100 million. There's 100 million families in the United States.
Okay.
Okay. Times 500,000.
Yes. What's that number? Like trillions?
It's 5 with 13 zeros after it. So 50 like
the banks
gazillion.
had 15. The banks had 15 zeros. Okay.
Yeah, right.
You could have done 2 less fucking zeros. I don't know. It was something like that. My math could be fucking wrong, but I'm saying my point is the families could have got fucking money instead of the fucking greedy fucking banks, and there was no fucking reason for it.
That's true. Oh, it's actually it's only $50 trillion.
Allegedly, that's ignorant.
You know what I mean? It's not that much.
That's crazy because like we just fucking blow billions and trillions of dollars nowadays like it's nobody's business.
Dude, we have drones that cost that much that are going to other countries and killing women and children. Are you kidding me? You can't give that money to the U.S. families, the people
Right.
that live in this fucking country. You have to fucking worry about other. I mean, how much money have we gave to Ukraine, and why? Why are we giving all this money to Ukraine? Why are you letting us fucking suffer? Like, why are we fucking suffering at the gas pump, at the grocery? Why are we doing? Why for that? For a war that we're not even supposed to be part of? Listen, I feel bad for the Ukraine families that got to deal with that shit, but listen, if you know these fucking countries going to come in and just bomb the shit out of you, maybe get the fuck out of there. Just get your belongings and get the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Go to another guy. Listen, I support the people that are staying there fighting. You got fucking balls, man. But why are you fighting? Why are you fighting to begin with? For who?
Yeah.
For democracy? For fucking leaders that don't give a fuck about you? They just want to make more money off your fucking asses. They just want to make more, because when you go to war, it's a fucking moneymaker.
Yeah. Well, I just want to correct our Mix It Up podcast math here.
Okay.
Just so people don't look at us like we're morons.
Right,
but
right. That's
The,
crazy.
the bailout was around $700 billion, not $50 trillion. And
Yeah, it sounds about right.
that would give the roughly 100 million people in this families in this country $7,000 each. And I know that everybody will blow that money very quickly and probably put themselves even into more debt with $7,000, and then we won't even have banks, and then we would have been fucked.
Well, listen, did we get like $1,200 from the government? Right. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, this is nice. I bought an iPhone with my $1,200 from the government during
Yeah,
COVID, the pandemic relief. But then all of a sudden, like, Wonder Bread costs about $600. So it seems
Wonder
like I'm like, son of a bitch, man. I'm like, they got me. They fucking got me. They gave me
yeah,
money, but then they're very sneaky fucks. Like, a year from now, we're gonna get that back in the form of fucking Wonder Bread, bro. We're gonna
you're
fucking,
right.
and boom, they fucking scoop that shit back up. We'll just inflate your ass. Everybody knew inflation was coming, but hey, we got our $1,200. Thanks, Biden. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? $1,200. It's like fucking peanuts. It's like, what are we, piss ants? You're gonna give us. Meanwhile, Ukraine get fucking trillions, billions, whatever the fuck. Yeah, give them new tanks, give them fucking this.
right.
Give me some. Give me a new Jeep. Give me a new fucking Jeep, Biden. You know what I'm saying?
Give
Give
me
me
a new
fucking
tank.
70 grand.
Give me a new tank.
Give me a tank so I can go on my route. So when people piss me off, I just fucking blow up a fucking If I had a tank and I was stuck in traffic, I wouldn't be stuck in traffic for that long. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yo, it would be cool if every year, maybe not every year, but like every 5 years. Nah, every year is cool. You get a new missile that's attached to your car, and you get to blow one person on the road.
Just one.
One
Imagine
person gets
just
blown up.
one person gets blown up by a missile.
Do you know what's insane? That means that almost everybody would be dead in 1 year. You
Yeah.
get to blow. Everybody gets to blow. Actually, no, probably half because you blew that guy up and he didn't blow his missile off.
Yeah, but his family has to come back with vengeance, and they're gonna come blow you up, and then that family goes back after that motherfucker, and then it's like you have that fucking like it's
Yeah.
almost like cartel families and shit going at each other.
Right. And some people won't use their missiles because they're like peace lovers and they're like, nah, no, no, no.
Yeah, it just sits in the garage.
Yeah. Some people don't drive, so they're fucked. And safe. And mostly safe too, because you can only blow people up on the road. Blow another car up.
Well, what about if you don't have a car? What if you just take your missile out the garage and you just strap it to your back?
You don't get one if you don't have a car. You get it. You get it every time you get an inspection on your car. You get a new missile.
Oh yeah, all right. I don't like.
You don't get to hoard missiles. You don't use it that year. You just keeping the same missile.
What about all the people that take the bus and the train? They deserve missiles too.
Nope,
They should be
they're
able to
safe.
fucking blow up.
Mass transportation is safe. Mass transportation is off limits.
That'd be the first to go if I had a missile.
And they don't get any weapons. But no, I'm sorry. Actually, maybe buses get machine guns, Gatling guns that they can defend other people against if they see fit.
You ever had a fucking cheese bus fucking flip you off? You're taking that missile out and you're fucking attacking that bus.
You go to jail for the rest of your life.
You know what I'm saying?
And no one in your family can ever play in the reindeer games. They have to drive around in their car without a missile.
Without a missile.
Yeah.
Just waiting. Trying
Everybody
to dodge.
that you know, everybody that's in your circle that you've ever been in contact with, they lose their missile rights. Anybody who's your friend on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter or Snapchat, they lose their missile rights. That's why you got to make sure who you're friends with. And you got to have a meeting every fucking year and say, no fucking around, boys. I'm getting this missile.
Listen, I don't want to live in a place that has fucking, missiles and shit. You just get missiles. That's fucking crazy. I don't know if I want guns. You know what? I think, the good people should have missiles and the good people should have guns. Because, like with this gun reform, how everybody they want you to hand in your guns and shit like that. All right, who are the people that's gonna hand in their guns, their fucking assault rifles? The good people, right? Like, oh, here, take my guns.
Right.
A criminal that's doing these school shootings and all this fucking shit in public, they're not gonna hand in their guns. So this whole gun debate, like we shouldn't sell this. And listen, I agree that they shouldn't make these AR-15 assault rifles that could just blow you to smithereens. That's a little ridiculous. They shouldn't have that for a public. You know what I'm saying? It should be for public sale. That's some like military fucking shit. But yo, get a Glock handgun or whatever, protect your house. But I think people should be armed and we should be able to fucking like if we see one of these fucking school shooters, you know what I'm saying? Blast them right there on the spot. I don't want teachers fucking carrying and shit, but I want maybe a security guard at the front fucking thing. Give more jobs. You know, this is the next administration. Give more jobs to that. Have more security. Have more people watching schools, more like events and shit where these fucking crazy situations take place. I don't know.
Dude, it's absolutely insane that we even need guns at all or weapons or anything.
Yes.
Like, it's just absolutely insane that we have to, that this is even a thing still, man. Like, well, eventually you would hope that we could go either way. We could go down or fucking up, right?
Yeah.
We could go to the point where we just destroy ourselves, like we said, or we can actually use our minds and expand them to peace. Peace is a thing that could actually be, because if one person could be very peaceful, like a monk or something, and find their inner peace, Mother Teresa, Saint Teresa, all these people were real people. They could do it. Anybody could do it. You just have to be taught how to do it. So it's like, why did a gun even have to exist on this planet? Like, somebody created it. A human being created a gun. It could have easily have never been created. There was a time when guns didn't exist. You know what I mean?
It was. Yeah, it absolutely was.
Before that, there was fucking swords and fucking axes and shit like that.
Yeah.
Well, other weapons. So it's like,
Fist.
Those are the same thing. Why do those things have to exist? And if you believe in evolution, obviously we came from animals and we have an animal instinct in ourselves to protect ourselves and do all this stuff. But we have to eventually, hopefully, shear away from that and not have that anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You would
But
think
that's
anyway.
but that's the whole situation of getting people to hand in their guns. Good people will do that. Bad people won't. And
Right.
unfortunately, there's bad people all over the world that we got to
Yep.
that unfortunately, like we always read about on the news. Like, what are you going to do? And then the news media doesn't help either because they're putting this shit on TV. They're putting it on the news. They're putting this fucking whoever the person is, their description, who they're fucking, who they like to fuck. Like, let's just black that out. If a school shooting happens again, all right, a school shooting happens, let's black out all the information on that fucking person because then you won't get the so-called copycats or the people they won't want to fucking like maybe they won't fucking do it because they don't get like the what do you call it? Notoriety. That's it. That's the word I was looking for. So you don't get that shit. So now it's like, all right, maybe that shit slowly goes away because it was never a problem until Columbine happened.
Right.
And all of a sudden Columbine happened, then you start seeing like more and more, people acting like the fucking shooter, and it's just like, maybe that's part of the problem too. Like this whole media thing, maybe it's making, like leaving an impression on these fucking criminals or bad people to do this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's sad, man. It's just sad all around.
Yeah, there's a lot of things going on, man. There's a lot of things. You can name fucking 40 different things that would start shaping these fucking poor kids in the wrong fucking direction nowadays, Like, you could probably fucking name 100 different things. Back in the day, we had no influence over who we were other than from our friends, our family, and like, people we hung out with and shit, and like TV. But TV, we weren't glued to our fucking TVs and we didn't have the internet. You weren't even thinking about shit back in the day. You were playing basketball. You were playing sports. When did you ever even think of anything? Probably.
The only thing you had to worry about was like being taken,
Right.
by the van. Say you got to, if you go out, watch the. That's the only thing you had to worry about.
Yeah.
Now, like these kids, like I feel bad. I think I sent it in a group text. I feel bad, like these little kids that are going to school, they have to go through these like drills now of like active school shooting. I can't imagine the anxiety these kids are gonna grow up with. It is just so fucking bad that you're right. We never had that when we stayed at home. We were watching like shows like Different Strokes, Facts of Life. You know what I'm saying? We were watching like good-hearted shows, Three's Company, where the dude pretended he was gay so he could stay and hang out with these two hot chicks. Why he fooled Mr. Roper all the fucking time. So like they had like great, nice shows where like even like Knight Rider, he was always the hero. The bad guys would never win. You always
Right.
wanted to be the hero. Now it's like kind of like, oh shit, like the bad guys kind of like,
Right.
people want to act like the fucking bad guy a lot more because they see this shit.
Yeah.
They see this shit on like social media, on the news and movies. Kids are impressionable, man. They're gonna see shit and they're gonna do dumb shit. This is where we are
Yeah.
right now, and
Yeah.
and if you don't have like good parents, you know what I'm saying? You're fucked. You're fucked as a kid. I'm telling you. If you don't have
Yeah.
good parents, you're fucked.
Yeah. It's a wild world. It's a wild world. But
It sure
there
is.
were probably even wilder times back in the day. Let's say ancient Roman times. Yeah, hold on one sec. My cat's going wild. I gotta see what the fuck she's doing.
In ancient Roman times, I mean, ancient Roman times is fucking like gladiator type shit. I mean, that's fucking cool as fuck, though. I would love to be part of like the gladiator movement back in the day where you just got to like in a ring
Yeah.
and you just fucking like you go to your die. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That would be like the cool way to fucking do things. Yo, we had a lot of crazy shit. Like going back, like we're still kind of like fresh. Like we're in the year what 2022, 2023. Like we're still kind of fresh. We come a long way. Like think
Yeah.
about like you going back to the 1950s, 1960s. There was still fucking segregation. People had to drink out of different water fountains. And that was only like
Yeah.
fucking 70 years ago. There's people still alive that got do that kind of shit. Like there's you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like our country, like, let's just face it, had a lot of like there's a lot of poison in it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of fucked up shit. But like as the more time goes on, we're like fixing ourselves. We're trying to like get better.
Yeah.
But it seems like lately we've just been kind of taking like a step back. It's
Yeah.
just like it's just too much shit.
Yeah.
We gotta get back to like where it's like more of like a peaceful war. Not even just a peaceful, like if you just don't worry about what other people are doing, you know what I'm saying? Just
Yeah.
mind your fucking business.
Right.
You listen, I don't care what other people fucking do. Like, you know what I'm saying? You do you, I'll do me, but just don't pour that propaganda shit and push it down my throat.
Yeah.
People don't like that shit, man. Don't
Right.
do that to people. That's what get people fired up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think everybody be accepting of everybody. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you really care what other fucking people do with their lives?
Some
You know
people
what I'm
do. The hillbillies. A lot of the hillbillies do.
Yeah, of course. But it's nuts. It's fucking madness. Hillbillies
Yeah.
and shit. They should just worry about their grits and fucking like fried beans that they fucking eat. You know what I'm saying?
Pretty
Worry about
delicious.
that shit.
Yeah, our times are crazy, but like I was saying, Roman times, like we were talking about, you like gladiators and shit like that,
Yeah, hell yeah.
dude. Like the whole world was slaves under like the Roman Empire, and they just probably just destroyed their slaves and fucking raped them
Oh,
all
yeah.
and fucking killed them, treated them like dog shit. That was probably the epitome of some of the worst times in the fucking the whole planet.
It's true. But
Like,
a lot of worse times like that. I mean, slaves. Every civilization had slaves.
yeah,
Whether you're black, white, like we all did. Like, how do you think this world, like, you know what I mean, became what it is?
yeah,
Like Egypt. Look at Egypt. There's fucking pyramids. Who do you think fucking built that shit?
right.
The lesser people, just the common fucking people. There was
Well, they
elite
were slaves. They were slaves. They were slaves that built the pyramids.
right? They were slaves. So they had
Yeah,
the elite in Egypt. I don't know what the fuck color or nationality, like who gives a fuck? But they were just like there was elite people, elite class, like a king and queen, which is ridiculous.
yeah.
But and then these people had to follow.
I think Pharaoh in Egypt.
Was it Pharaoh?
I think
The
so.
fucking like the mummy shit.
Yeah,
But nowadays you're getting people that want their reparations, right? They had like some shit in San Francisco where like, oh, we should propose a bill that every minority or whatever gets like $1 million, say for instance. I'm like, hold up. I'm like, they have nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless your family is directly related to that, you just can't give every person like $1 million or whatever.
yeah,
It's fucking stupid. And
yeah,
you don't deserve that fucking money to begin with. So just I don't know. I mean, that's probably like more of like an overcorrection
yeah.
because listen, I'm Irish and there was Irish slaves back in the day. Where's fucking my money? If you're dishing out that kind of fucking money and you're proposing bills like that, where's mine then? I want that though.
$1 million, sure.
But that's it's what it is. That's what it is. And we just can't get rid of. We can't get away from these fucking morons that propose all these different legislations and bills and just have some kind of like common sense and live in like reality. You know what I'm saying? Live in reality. That's all it is.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of crazy shit, man. Would you take the $3 million? I'd take the $3 million if it was, from the government.
Shit, you offer me fucking $3 million? Sure. Give me that shit.
Yeah.
Once they start handing out that dough, the very next week, the dollar will collapse and it would be worth nothing. I'm telling you that's what will happen.
True. It's funny. I had a dream about Tron last night. TRX.
Crypto, huh?
Yeah. It was like it was going up, and it was like my shit blew up like quick from like $1,000 to like 12,000 and 28,000. I was like, I gotta sell this shit immediately. And I don't think I ever made it out of that dream though.
You gotta go back. Dogecoin went up.
Dogecoin?
Yeah, it went up today.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see what happens, man. You want to wrap this show up?
Wrap it up, dog.
You know what I'm saying? You want to wrap it up for fucking once?
You want me to wrap this up?
Yeah, you want more I don't know, what's the word? Influence, more part of the podcast, more direction?
Nope.
Or nothing? You don't want nothing?
I just like doing the podcast, man. Like, I don't need to open it. I don't need to close it. I was just busting your balls before.
Step up your game. Close the podcast out.
I'll close the podcast out. So, as one of the great Americans, Rodrigo Suarez said, if you're not who you are, then who are you? Yes. Yes, Rodrigo.
I don't know who that is. Is that Enrico Palazzo from The Naked Gun? Hey, it's Enrico Palazzo.
Oh shit! Just remember that, Mike. If you are who you are. If you are not who you are, then who are you? I don't know. Whatever. What the fuck did I say?
Were you like Popeye? I am who I am. All right, so let's fucking get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
You know what to do. Like, subscribe.
Yeah.
Do all the fucking things.
Yeah.
Click on the Twitter feed at the Mix It Up Pod. Go find our website.
Yeah.
Look up the videos of the vault. Watch our fucking comedy skits.
Yeah.
Hit that donate button that's on the website that people just ignore. Fucking, if the donate button's on there, donate, motherfuckers. I don't care. Throw $2 on there. I don't give a shit. Anything helps.
Yeah.
And then if you want some t-shirts, if you're a fan of the pod, and if you want to come be a guest on the pod, hit us up in the DMs.
Mike, tell them what the website is.
Are you crazy? Just click on the link. The link's on the fucking Twitter site.
Well, I want to go on the website. So can you tell us what the website is?
All right. This is going to be a tough one. Let me, right before we leave.
PBONYG.
It's the BBONYG podcast and the Mix It Up podcast.com. It's really simple. It's the two podcasts combined that we were responsible for.
Ridiculous, Mike. Absolutely ridiculous how a human being could ever think that that's a good fucking web. This is the longest website.
I know. I debated and I just like, I want both the podcast names up there. I'm like, what's the easiest way?
Ready? The BBONYG podcast, and also the Mix It Up podcast, and also Nick's and Mike's podcast, and sometimes special guest podcast.com.
All right. I'm sick of my getting my balls busted. The ones that I'm keeping, not cutting them off.
Yeah.
But we'll see you guys. We'll see you guys next week. All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
The cat in the box.
I rock that ill shit, you know I kill shit, and then I build shit. Get off my stills neck, cause I don't play that. My style goes way back. I kick my shit one time through, fuck the playback. I go off my head, you know I shake my shit, and you don't quit. I say you don't quit, cause I'm the prodigal son. You get well done, just like a steak. Give me a break like no Carter. There's tartar on your teeth. Oh boy, you got beef. Well then you get broke because my crew's no joke. The house of pain is kicking up dirt, and if we're inside the jam, you know we're lifting up skirts. Grab it on the snatch, feeling on the skin. I'm knocking on your door, honey, let me in, cause I'm down with the freak mode, baby. crack your knuckles with a ruler. Just like another